All of the criticism and controversy surrounding Anthem has brought back a topic that I haven't talked about in a while. And that is, you're not playing the right game, and there's lots of people on the internet that are ready to tell you that. But before I get into that, I do want to mention one thing. Just because people are criticizing a game, or maybe even criticizing you or questioning you as to why you're playing a certain game, that doesn't mean they're trying to ruin your fun. Large portions of the gaming community as a whole is very critical and particular because they're a little bit older. They've been around a while, they've been playing video games for a long time, so they have a certain set of standards and they have a certain set of expectations. And just like with any medium, there's just going to be critics, but with video games especially, you have people that look for certain experiences when they buy a $60 game or a $40 game or even a $20 game or even download a free game. They have a set of expectations and standards that, if not met, cause a problem for them. And I'm one of those people. I'm one of those more critically minded YouTubers. The one thing that a lot of critical YouTubers and people, and just people that are critical in general, they tend to forget is that there's an audience for everything, and not everything needs to be high art. But at the same time, the people that complain about these critics seem to forget that people are allowed to share their opinions, and that people that have standards and criticisms and expectations are allowed to voice their concerns and their confusion. There are people that generalize and categorize anybody criticizing a video game as somebody just trying to ruin a bunch of people's fun. And although sometimes critical people can come off that way, boo-hoo. If you're confident in a game you love, yeah, maybe they're obsessing over it and maybe they have no business wondering what games you're playing, but at the same time, what did you expect? People are going to share their opinions, and they're not just supposed to be quiet about it because, well, if they talk about it, then they're obsessed, and I guess they're just obsessed with me, and they just are such big haters. We're all fans of this industry, so when we see certain patterns and types of games we don't like, we get mad. Some people vocalize it better than others. I feel like I can vocalize it pretty well, whereas some people might just call you a faggot for even thinking about buying Anthem, even if it's on sale. There are certain games that I don't like and I don't get why people like them, and there are certain games that I like that people don't understand, they don't have no idea why I like them. I still get comments years later on this channel of people asking me, why do you play COD? And it's like, because I enjoy it, fuck off. Even the Call of Duty games I don't enjoy, I still enjoy to some degree. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a fan of the series, and people still are somehow confused by this. But that's fine, they can be confused, and I'm not going to tell them to just shut up and let me be myself. That's a little bit annoying. What I'm saying is that it's kind of complicated, and there's a middle ground that needs to be met, because you can't just pretend that no one's supposed to tweet you or comment on your video or message you or talk to you about these things that you're being public about. You can't just assume that I'm going to be public about this thing I like and then hope that nobody talks to me about it unless it's positive and is exactly what I want to hear. But also going online expecting everyone to have your opinion and just getting ready to be like, okay, I'm ready to prove everyone on the internet that has these several opinions that I don't have wrong. I'm ready to prove all of them wrong. It's a waste of both of your times and emotional and mental energy, and I don't understand it. And especially since, over the years of doing YouTube, like looking at my comment section, looking at Twitter, I've noticed my biggest problem. People don't know how to share their opinions. They don't know how to describe what they like and don't like about something. They quote, just like it, deal with it, or just don't like it, deal with it. It's just shit. It's just fine. And they have no way to verbalize it. And it's like, that's fine. You don't need to be like well-versed in how to describe your video game preferences, but there's a point where if you're going to argue, if you're going to constantly share public opinions and you're not able to back them up or defend them, then maybe it's just not a good idea for you to share your stuff. If you want to be left alone, then leave it alone. So you have like these like ignorant people and you have these obsessive people, and when they clash, it's just irritating to read. I've definitely been both at different times in my life over different things. There are some things I just tell people I'm not in the mood to be critical of. I'm not in the mood to shit on something because I love it. I'm kind of that way with like Doctor Who or Kingdom Hearts. I really don't have a lot of negativity. There's things I would change about them. There's things I would love to tweak. There's things I would love to talk about and things I would improve and things I didn't like. And I'm happy to make fun of it, but I'm really not in the mood to have it criticized because I already have all my own opinions and I'm like really set in them. But I make that clear to people, hopefully when they try to talk to me about it. So what I'm saying is it's nuanced, it's complicated, it's messy, and so what the point of this video is that you need to stop going around to people telling them they're playing the wrong fucking video game. This is getting way old. Now what I like is that a lot of YouTubers that have been criticizing Anthem they usually put in their videos, and I put this in my Anthem video, thank God I didn't forget, I have before. It's always important to say, if you are enjoying this game that I'm tearing a new one, good for you. And like, unironically, non-sarcastically, good for you. Because here's the thing, video games are an experience. They're not just something you absorb, they're not just something you witness, they're something you play. There's a lot of variables that go into liking a video game. And so that's why there's kind of a video game for everyone. But you have so many people that are so angry that you like a certain game, and maybe it's for a just reason, but they're so mad that they won't leave it alone. Somebody in my comment section will say, hey, I like that game for these reasons, and then someone will comment back saying, hey, fuck you, you're a fucking dumbass, why would you buy that game, you fucking retard, you should have been aborted, I hate you. And what I would like to assume is that these are gamers that are very, very critical of their favorite industry, their favorite pastime, because they want it to be better so desperately because of how passionate they are that they come off as total asshole douchebag pricks. And that's unfortunate, but it's almost like a benefit of the doubt. It doesn't excuse the behavior, but it's like benefit of the doubt, these people are just wanting the best for the industry and they think that you're harming it in some way, so they direct all their anger at you. If EA or Activision or Ubisoft release a shitty, anti-consumer video game, then be mad at the company. Don't be mad at somebody for enjoying it. Because, oh, you're hurting the industry. Fuck you. It's their money, and they're having fun with it. Most humans don't lie to themselves about enjoying a game. Most people subconsciously or very consciously know what they like, and if they're happy playing something, they're happy playing something. Leave them alone. This doesn't mean you don't debate, argue, or ask questions. It does mean that you need to look at it as if someone is speaking a different language. They're not wrong, you just don't understand. Think of it as culture shock. You're not going into the lion's den, you're not going into the dumbass's house, you're just talking to someone that lives their life differently, they see things differently, they communicate differently, they enjoy things differently, and it's important that you respect that to a certain degree, even if you completely disagree with it. Try to see things from their perspective as much as possible. I love Kingdom Hearts very, very dearly. It's very close to my heart. It's a very important series to me. It's got me through a lot of hard times. I can see why people wouldn't like it though. And I have a small list of like a million things I could make fun of the series for, but all of it's endearing to me because of how much I love it. Video game opinions are nuanced because video games in and of themselves, even the more simple ones, are nuanced because of the reasons people play them and the reasons people enjoy them. Video games without people would just be software, but they're not. They're interactable pieces of media that have changed people's lives for the better. They bring us closer together, they give us escapism, they give us a pastime. They're exciting from storytelling levels, competitive levels, technological levels, but you need to stop hopping on people telling them they're enjoying the wrong game. You can dislike the game and not attack the people that happen to enjoy it, because people happen to enjoy certain things. It's like if a restaurant manager treated you unfairly, and then every time you walked by that restaurant you felt animosity towards the people enjoying that restaurant's food, it's like, it's not their problem. I don't care how shitty the manager is, they enjoy that person's food, and you can settle your beef however you want to, you leave the people enjoying their food out of it. Stay pissed at the manager, don't get mad at the people that enjoy the food. To end this video, I will share my harsh opinion about Anthem. I think people that bought the game, or pre-ordered the game, didn't learn a lesson from Destiny 1 or Destiny 2 or The Division because they didn't think there was a lesson to be learned because they weren't paying attention. Because if you don't think there's a problem, why would you attempt to correct it? And why would you attempt to avoid it? Certain people do not pay close attention when they play video games, and that's fine. I don't think Anthem holds up on a critical, analytical, objective, pragmatic level. I don't think it holds up as a product, I don't think it holds up as a video game, I don't think it holds up as an MMO Lite, but if you enjoy it, then honest to God, more power to you. It speaks to you in some way. The controls, the visuals, the music, the gameplay loop, playing with your friends, whatever it might be, whatever gets you through that game, keep at it. I'm not going to tell you not to, but don't look at everyone that criticizes the game as just trying to poop on your parade, and don't take it personally as if they're insulting your intelligence. I don't understand why anybody would buy Anthem. I have zero fucking clue. But I know what it's like to enjoy a video game. We can all relate to that. And if somebody's spending hours on a video game, hours upon hours, day after day, then they might not be onto something analytically or critically or technically, but they're onto something in the sense that they know what they want and they're taking advantage of that. And that's fine. Go for it. But just don't expect people to change their opinions because you know what the right games are, and don't expect people to ignore what you're saying and, publicly about a game because it hurts your feelings because that's the game you bought, and otherwise it's just an insult to your intelligence to tell you that, maybe that's not a very good video game. So don't be sensitive and don't be an asshole. And it's kind of a stupid video to make because that would solve most of the world's issues. Hey, don't be overly sensitive. Hey, don't be an asshole. I would solve all of the political discourse in America and around the world. Hey, you stop being overly sensitive and you stop being a bully. Oh, it's such a... When you nutshell this video, it's pretty basic, but I just wanted to get this off my chest, so hopefully you guys enjoyed for whatever reason. I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.